Hey, greetings, Cornerstone Church. I just wanted to take a moment and celebrate with our church family from Salida to Summit what God did in our lives in 2024. Truly unprecedented. We saw a year of growth. We saw a year of growth spiritually. We saw a year of growth financially. We saw a year of growth numerically. And in every way, I believe God threw open the floodgates of heaven and poured out so much blessing that we had not room enough to contain it. And I truly believe in large part that is a direct result of your generosity as you gave above and beyond your normal tithes and offerings to our growth fund. I truly believe something is released when we come alongside the promises of God and trust Him in the area of finances. The Word of God says that if you trust God in the area of tithes and offerings, see if He'll not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that you'll have not room enough to contain it. And the truth is, this year, we exploded as a ministry. And I believe that's a direct result of our family's generosity and trusting God, particularly in the area of finances. I wanted to celebrate with you and just show us collectively what God has done from Salida to Summit as He has lavished upon Cornerstone Church as we have pursued the vision, purpose, and direction that God has called us to steward. Your generosity in our growth fund helped us as a ministry to propel forward without any hindrance, without any restriction, to be a blessing to the campuses that God has called us to. Your generosity through our growth fund afforded us the opportunity to purchase an amazing facility that absolutely facilitates the heart and ministry that our Salida campus has. It's facilitated the ministry. It relates particularly to the lives of our young people and corporate worship and just life one to another. As you can see, this facility is amazing. And because of your generosity, we were able to go forward without hesitation and without restriction in the purchase of this property. Your generosity has allowed us to set money aside as we for over 5 years have been seeking and praying and asking the Father, who does He have for our Salida campus pastor? And guys, I am happy to announce, as you already know, that Joshua Trujillo will start as our bivocational pastor on February 2nd in our Salida campus. It is because of you and your willingness to give sacrificially at times to our growth fund that has afforded us the opportunity to put money aside so that we can launch Joshua Trujillo and his beautiful family, Lisette, and his 3 beautiful girls into bivocational ministry in our Salida campus. You did this. Your generosity has allowed us to set money aside so that we can, without hindrance, bring on Robbie and Brenda Craig as our Southern Section youth directors. They've done an amazing job as they seek out and love on the lives of young people. Your generosity has allowed us to bring on a Southern Section administrator in Jana O'Donnell, who's done an amazing job just jumping in with both feet and coming alongside Kimber Valentine in our Leadville campus to administrate and serve our 4 campuses so well. Your generosity in our growth fund also allowed us to complete our building project in our Leadville campus. As you can see, the Leadville campus looks beautiful. We were able to complete the siding. We were able to patch up the roof in some areas that were not done appropriately, and we're able to complete our signage. As you can see, it looks amazing. The only thing we have left, which we have money aside for already because of your generosity, is to paint that. And so we're waiting for the one day of summer in Leadville, July 4th, to paint that facility, and it'll be completed and beautiful and continuing to facilitate the ministry in our Leadville campus. And last but not least, your generosity has allowed us to honor the beachhead of ministry in our Summit County campus. Through your generosity, we were able to find brick and mortar and honor the ministry and worship of our Summit County campus. As you can see, we have a wonderful place to worship and come together for life one to another family feast on Sunday mornings in our Summit County campus. Guys, this is all due to your generosity as it relates to our growth fund. So first, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all of you who committed to the Growth Fund in 2024. You absolutely propelled Cornerstone Church without hindrance to lavish on all 4 campuses as we grow to build the trunk of this ministry so we continue to advance and establish vibrant worshiping campuses in rural communities in the state of Colorado. It's also in this vein that I would love to invite you to reconsider your 2025 commitment to our growth fund. As you can see, as we as the entire church family from Salida to Summit have been generous in giving, God has opened up the floodgates and have allowed Cornerstone Church to advance and advance violently for the sake of his kingdom. Guys, we're not done growing. We have so much more work to do as we endeavor to bring heaven to earth and forever change the spiritual culture of the communities that God has called us to. So I want to invite you to prayerfully consider, would you consider recommitting to our growth fund? If you've never committed to our growth fund, would you prayerfully consider making a commitment to our growth fund? At the end of the day, our church family can do more together than it could ever do apart. Church, we're not done growing. Church, we have so much more to do. Church, we have so much more truth to proclaim as it relates to the good news of those that God has called us to. So 1, thank you. Thank you so much for your generosity. And 2, would you prayerfully consider in 2025 recommitting to our growth fund so that we can continue to grow without hindrance and propel the ministry that God's called us to in the mountain region of Colorado. Church family, I love you. What a great year. I believe we're going to see even more in 2025. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you soon.